What's good? What a good do. Wolfgang Amadeus set in the West. I'm in a spot in LA where it's highly unlikely a drive by would top off. Nah, I'm in LA. You drive-bys happen everywhere. Well, not recent, but not on this street. Let me see who all came through. Kiki Eyes. Okay, we just got Kiki Eyes and Real Jag 77. So far, Makia, what's good? This is one of these spots where I should order a old fashioned. Order a damn old fashioned. That's what we're gonna do. What's up, Pat Blair? J, peace. 8 in the building, 8 likes. That's good. All right, I'm gonna just get straight to it though, for real, because that's what time it is. Are they? Is this what? Can y'all hear this? Y'all probably can't hear what's going on. What's up, y'all? Um, so I guess what's going on in the Twitter sphere? There's a lot. There's a lot that's been going on Twitter as of late, right? There's a lot that's been going on Twitter. I think Meta or Instagram actually started doing some type of geolocation tagging, or you pretty much you can find out where these accounts are located. Like Instagram, if you go on Instagram, they were doing something with their whole little situation with accounts not being necessarily from the country that they say they're from. Specifically, it's like United States. You got a lot of bots, or you have a lot of accounts that are uh, originating from China, originating from India. You got a lot of accounts that are claiming to be, I think Judge Faith really, and Kenny Lattimore in their case, they really kind of dropped it because they had their issue with YouTube, with YouTube saying that certain accounts they can't really like, well, they can identify where they're from. They can, because IP address, all that stuff is they know how to do it, but they just were not making it public. The situation with Judge Faith and Kenny Lattimore, they got so egregious where people were making up stories about their marriage, and it was totally false. And they said, you know what, a rumor or something, that's one thing, but then when you got publications and people running with this rumor as it's like it's fact, that's a problem. And that's pretty much what it is. You can get into some legal issues when someone says something and throw it out there, and a publication pick it up like it's for real. And that's the problem with the internet. There's a possibility of a bunch of trolls. There's a possibility of a bunch of uh, just a bunch of just like people could be anything, any like. Let me see. First time I was on the internet like that, 98, fresh out of high school, going to 13th grade, going to community college. And I think I was on like AOL. So back day, the homies that I knew on AOL, I knew their screen names. They were in my IMs. If y'all don't know AOL, do the research. If you're old enough to know what AOL was, you know what I'm talking about. 19 dash M dash LA Cali. With that. When you're in the chat room. So the chat room was like, there's always been chat rooms, y'all. AOL was like the first one to really just have a chat room. It was just like people would just go in there. It wasn't a video. It was just a chat room. Can y'all imagine that? Nobody. It's a chat room. It's literally you go in, you see something, somebody there's a topic, and you just got a bunch of people in there talking, typing. That was kind of strange, but that's what happened. And then if you you may crack something, somebody like you say, you put your handle in there, like your age, your sex, and your location, and it could be a chick. She's saying she's 19, female, Buena Park or whatever. I don't know. And you like, oh, you close. And you like, yo, let's chat with the IM. You IM or whatever, and then back then you didn't even have pictures online like that. It was hard to get a picture. I only had one picture my boy did when we were at his spot, and I just got off work, so I had like my damn General Cinema shirt on, or my jacket on or whatever, and we just doing a goofy little pose or whatever. That was the first like internet picture I ever took, and then I took one where I was off of in the hood, off of like Vernon and Vermont. I took a picture over there, and I made that like my profile picture. I wasn't fronting; that was my picture because I was like, put my picture out there. I shouldn't have did that, but anyway, a lot of people didn't really have pictures, so they were catfish. Catfish was crazy back then because you could just catfish. You could just say you whatever. You can get a picture that you got. It ain't even your picture. That's how in the early 2000s and even in the early aughts, you had shows like, what's that one show? Not Cheaters, but Catfish. Yeah, it was called Catfish. But nowadays, what I'm saying, the reason why I'm bringing that back and I'm talking about stuff back day when we're talking about the anonymity of being online, even then, after like the AOL days, I stopped and I never really put my real name out there. My real face is always out there, but not my real name. None of that. Because people was weird. And not that I was being predatory or stalkerish or trying to hide. It wasn't even that. It was just like, nah, I ain't putting real. I always had Alias or Wolfgang, right? That's always been the name. And then you move forward. If y'all check my digital background, nothing funny, nothing crazy. What's up, Nazi Star? What's up, Auntie Leah? I'm sorry, I didn't say what's up to Auntie Leah. Auntie Leah in the building. You got your Plizac. Jag got her Plizac too. Her 100K. In fact, I gotta go. I gotta go up to. I gotta go up to Google in a few days. Anyway, yeah, the way online was, your online life was back day. So your friend Jamal when Skinny Bear got bit on the by some weird fish. He's not allowed. Okay, all right. Pog whisper, no more. Stop it. Don't. Chill out. Because if you keep it going, they're gonna get you. They're gonna come snipe you. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, but your online life nowadays is connected to your real life for the most part. It's usually connected because now you got sites like LinkedIn. I think that's the only place where you can find my government name and a picture of me. Um, got all kind of sites. Real life, your real pictures, your real. People started putting all their information online, but they were still certain elements online that were anonymous. Certain element about certain people. I mean, about certain things in your life that were anonymous. You still had chat rooms. You still had like Reddit boards. You still got all this other stuff. But now that you got YouTube, now that you got Twitter, now that you got Instagram, you can really show your face, and you could, show. You could be a brand ambassador. You could be a business yourself. You could. There's a lot of stuff. There's endless possibilities of how you could move around online. But Twitter put an end to the anonymity side because you had a lot of people on Twitter running around here, or X. Let's just say that you got a lot of people on X. X was like the thing. When did I get on X? I forget, but it was when it first started. Just like when I got on, I'm one of the first. Can't nobody say that. I'm one of the first YouTubers on YouTube before YouTube got bought out by Google. Like, look it up. I'm legacy. I'm old school. I think I started when there was a video contest, and they were like, You know, you want to produce a video, or if you can produce a video, best hip hop video. That was the first video I put on YouTube. Me and my boy CAB. Shout out to CAB. He filmed it. We did a song. We just did it. Of course, it didn't win, but it was cool. We got on YouTube, and that was it. But I'm legacy YouTube, and I'm legacy Twitter or X, right? So Twitter, it didn't change the game. It done effed up the game for a lot of people. What's up, Maria? Twitter done messed up the game for a lot of these trolls. I'll just say it like that. So now what you got? What you got when you're dealing with trolls? You got a whole bunch of this. People coming online, cosplaying like they're black when they're really not, just so that they can say the N word. That's why this title is called the N word overseas. the N word overseas. You got a bunch of people that know that a lot of black or hip hop culture, black culture, or whatever is on the internet. So you got to get in where you fit in. You front like you a black man or a black woman, or you just front like you black when you really from somewhere else. You somewhere else. You ain't even in America. And black ain't just synonymous. Well, let me say it straight up. Black is it's a racial, it's a societal thing. Black isn't a race. I don't know why they put race, black, blah blah blah. I told y'all what I believe. But when I say black, I'm just talking about American, copper colored Negro. Let's just say it like that, right? But hip hop culture. So you got people around the world that have these Twitter accounts, and they probably got multiple Twitter accounts. Just like you got a bunch of people got multiple YouTube accounts. You got a bunch of people got multiple YouTube accounts, and now you can really get away with it with just your avatar. You ain't even got to have your real face. You could be a literal avatar and say, "Oh yeah, I'm a pretty girl. I'm this. I'm that." Like people could be whatever they want. Like Jag say, in the land of make believe. Da 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 da. In the land of make believe. Jag, you got the link. If you want to come up, you can. But I'm about to drop this. I want to drop something in the land of make believe. Let me say it like this. Hopefully it cropped right. Okay, yep, here we go. Y'all see this? Do y'all see this? Tell me, do y'all see this? This is what I'm talking about. Somebody has this Twitter account. Somebody had this Twitter account, this X account. High Power dash TDE News. Said they changed their username. They said 3 username changes. Last one April 2020. Located in India. Now, from what I understand, if you're talking about High Power, you're talking about TDE, you're referencing Kendrick Lamar. You're referencing maybe J-Rock. You may be referencing Av Soul, who hails out of Carson, California. You may be referencing Schoolboy Q, who comes from, he's over from the Fadus Hoover area, right? But you're talking about LA cats. Where does this say account is based where? In India. The damn account was based in India. And they're running around here talking about some high power news. You see that? This account says connected via India Android app. This person has been running around basically on some stand shit, talking about, high power TDE news. And they probably make I ain't gonna say they make a whole lot of money. I don't even know their subscriber count or nothing like that. But let me see. Okay, they got 35,000 followers. They only following 61. Repping TDE and Kendrick Lamar. Disclaimer: Amazon link might earn us commission. So that lets you know, number one, they hustling. But before this got discovered, look at all these people that were following them. Lots of people following them. And I ain't even really looked into like who or who they talk about, but this is a hella catfish. This is a hella catfish. I never even knew. I mean, I know about High Power. I know that was part of K Dot's catalog. One of the songs part of K Dot's catalog. But this guy, it says repping TDE, Kendrick Lamar, 35,000. I guess 35,000 followers. That's more than what I got on Twitter. So I ain't. That's more than what I got on Twitter. I only got. I had 1,000. And then Twitter, what they call it, the apocalypse, or what's the word when Armageddon, Twitter getting right, Armageddon, Twitter getting. I think I'm down to like 700 on mine, but that's a pretty nice following right there. You know what I'm saying? You got 35K, and they just busted them out. They busted them out. They busted them out. Hold on, y'all. Welcome, Jag. We're all right in the building. Let me put this last one up. Look, so tell me you heard this. I don't know if you heard it, Jag, but tell me if you heard it. This account here, it says High Powers at High Powers on X or Twitter. They were running around here acting like they're part of the culture, meaning Black American culture, hip hop. But this account was based in India, and ever since Twitter or X went on and said, you know what, we're going to reveal where all these accounts are based out of. They got popped. They got busted. It said this account was based in India, started in 2017, and it changed its name 3 times since 2020. The latest was 2020. So this is what he tweeted. He said, since y'all looking for dirt on me, here it is. Started listening to hip hop in 2002, and Kendrick slash TDE in 2012. Made this account in 2017, 28, way before this beef ish. And Elon Musk, F you. You ain't doing ish, but just want that bloody engagement with revealing location. So the rest of y'all who still be following this account for discussion and news, we will still be posting it. What do you think about this, Jack? What do you think about what I just explained and what he posted? Are you there? You probably got your headphones on. I can't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
I hear you. Yeah.
Them headphones, I swear. So anyway, what do I think about an imposter pretending to be black, and then getting popped for being straight out of India and then wanting to come back with an attitude talking about F somebody for exposing them. I don't, for me, it kind of bothers me because there's been so many times you've done searches on social media and you found so many people that perpetrate using my name like this.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm just like, what it shows me is exactly how little people pay attention to who they're engaging with online and how easy it is to be an imposter online. Like that's what I mean, for me it's like it's whack. There's no other way for me to put it. It's whack because if you're a fan of TDE, if you're a fan of Kendrick Lamar and you wanted to have some proximity in the content that you were doing, you would just simply put up a screen name and say such and such fan page.
Fan account. Exactly.
You
I
could
mean,
have easily just said, yeah.
they got the legit TDE logo. That's what I'm saying.
My thing is who gave you permission to use TDE's logo?
Right.
You know, once upon a time, people used to have a little bit of integrity and be like, this is a fan page. This is a fan page, whatever the case may be. But to do this, it makes it look like you're affiliated with the label. It's fraud.
Right. 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 Yeah. It's preposterous.
It
Let
is.
me get my walk on. Hold on. Yeah, it is preposterous where I was trying to explain to everybody um my online life, let's say the birth of my online life, and I told everybody the first time I even took a selfie or a picture was at my boy's desktop. Not we didn't have phones, we didn't even like the Nokias wasn't even out or nothing like that. It was at his desktop. That's how far back I go. And then you really didn't trust online because anybody could be anybody online. I guess as time went on, people started having more and more trust with online people having their online life because I guess people blend their real life with the online life. At one point, that wasn't the situation. That wasn't the case. It wasn't,
I don't
you know.
I don't think it's a matter of people trusting online. I don't think people realize that online isn't trustworthy. Somewhere along the way, it became popular. Like when they started doing those challenges, what did you look like at this
10-year
age? What
challenge.
did you look? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like people just jumped right in. People, I don't think they ever bothered to think, hey, someone's collecting my data, someone's collecting my image.
That's what it was. It was a CIA op.
I
You want
really
to talk
don't
about
think.
it?
No, but seriously, like I said, I remember when I first saw it, I was very neglectful to jump on board with doing that. And I'm just like, there's enough pictures of me as a public figure, as an entertainer out there. People can see very easily what they want to see when they want to see it.
Yeah.
But for everyone else, it just got them in there. And so I think people get online and they say, this is my account. And they think that this is my world. And they don't realize this isn't your world. It may be your account, but it's not your world. It's not your construct. You don't own the data. There is somebody that's collecting all of your stuff. People are way, way, way too trusting when it comes to online, and they don't ever think to see it as a potential danger. I mean, let's just be real. When we were growing up and we were kids, we were told to be careful of strangers. Be careful, don't talk to strangers in the street, whoop de woo, yada yada yada. Be wary of this, be wary of that. And it's funny
Right.
because it's like everything that we were taught for engaging with the real world, it's the exact opposite online. It's like, oh yeah, trust everybody. Jump on everybody's site. Like the other day, I'm not going to get into detail about it, but I made a big mistake that people tend to make all the time online. And I wasn't even thinking about it because we're just so trusting. If it comes to your account, if it comes to your thing, you know, we just do it.
Right. Exactly. Yep. Hold on. I'm in Disney Hall. Hold on. I ain't been here in a minute. Hold on. The what do they call this? I forgot what they call it. The music center where where they do the concerts. Uh, where they have the orchestras and all that. So my bad. I said let me pop up in here because I ain't been over here in a minute. But yeah, back to what you were saying. That was just a simple mistake, and it happens. But see, we get so trusting of certain stuff. That's the problem. When you trust, like someone just sends you a link. You someone sends you an email, and you got to start analyzing the email because this particular email said it was from Instagram, but it ended with Google or something. Google and Instagram are totally Meta and Instagram, Meta and Google. That's totally different. So you supposed to check, supposed to basically check the net, right? Check everything, and people can easily be fooled by with a phishing scam like that. But the thing is though, people nowadays just trusting online. I never thought I'd see the day. Like you said, back in the day, we used to be like, stranger danger, and don't get in no cars. So, watch out for the rape vans. Oh, my bad, the great vans. My bad. Great vans, right? Watch out for the great vans, right? The vans that was rolling around with no windows. And now you got apps like Lyft and Uber where they encourage you to jump in the car with a stranger. Ain't that a trip?
Yeah. It's almost as if the internet has taken every cautionary behavior that we were warned against in real life and made it okay because it's online.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'll
Yep.
never forget when I first started hearing about all of the assaults and the essay that was being reported in the apps, the rideshare apps. And they
Mm-hmm.
kept a lot of that
Mm-hmm.
offline. They weren't telling people about all of the guys who were picking, drunk girls up and those girls weren't making it home or made it home and had company in their house that wasn't welcome. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that was going on. And even back when I was driving, because I was a Lyft driver for a few years until I was forced to stop right before as the pandemic was about to hit.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I would go and I would drive in certain areas, especially if I worked at late night, because I knew I was one of the people that wasn't going to hurt someone. I wasn't there to hurt people. I was literally there to make sure that people got a safe ride home. Which is why it was so funny when people decided to try to take that part of my personal history and use that as like to weaponize me in a bunch of crap that I had absolutely nothing to do with. But
Mm-hmm.
there was a story that we were talking about recently. I don't know if you remember what you were telling me, but there was somebody who or was it on TV? Was it news? Someone had gotten into a ride share and they were going to a club and they had their baby in the car with them and they set themselves up to be dropped off at the
Oh,
club first and then they had the baby scheduled to be dropped off last.
that's
and
yep. That recently happened. Yep.
and it was very bizarre because you have a parent that gets into the car with an infant child and they schedule themselves to be dropped off at the bar or the club first and the baby to be left in the car with the driver to be dropped off last. And I remember you were saying, you know, that mother should be put in jail or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, the driver should be held accountable too, because there's no way in the world you should have accepted that ride and allowed the parent to leave you with the child. And then when they got to the destination, it was a bogus destination. There was no one there to accept the child.
Right. So she had to keep the child. She had to keep the child.
There's no way she should have allowed that to happen as a driver. No way she should have been. No, no, no. It's drop the baby off first and then you get dropped off last. You don't
Should have
do
kept.
that.
Should have. Yeah. I mean, they both should have been accountable. But yeah, that that stuff like that. See. I don't want to go too far off because a lot of people. I'll go off on certain individuals doing like just ratchet stuff. You see, I just did the video about Juel's Santana talking about the kids shouldn't learn how to read. I'm wait, like we got a bunch of imbeciles uh, leading our community, or at least that
Can
is
you
perceived to be
can
leading the
can you
community.
do me a favor? Can you please pray tell for those who haven't seen that video, just give them a hint of what he was saying?
Okay,
And there's a bunch of uploads that came
Jewels.
out on Set in the West over the course of the past 24 hours. You guys need to be running those views up, running those videos up. It's good information,
Yeah,
really
no, no.
good.
I've been getting some good numbers, especially after the Camp Flog Childish Gambino one with the cancel cards. I tried to create some shorts for whatever reason it didn't work. I don't know. I know how to work this stuff, but it's like whatever. Long story short, though, yeah, Jewels went on. What's the name of that damn podcast? But he was sitting down with him and was basically saying, yeah, the kids shouldn't learn how to read. You should learn common sense. I'm a common sense, and I know how to read a room, and I know how to do this. But the kids shouldn't learn how to read because you can have Google. I mean, you can have YouTube read your books, or you could get. I said, wait, what? And then somebody put in the comments, they was like, yeah, this is the same guy that Cameron scooped up around in Harlem, and Jules didn't know English that well. That wasn't his primary language. And oh, look, the Goodyear blimp. Hold on, let me flip it around. And it read Ice Cube's a pimp. Or is that Three Eye
Wow.
Atlas? Which one is it?
Uh-oh.
Maybe Three Eye Atlas is coming. That's nice. Anyway, yeah, Joel's first primary language that he spoke wasn't English; it was Spanish. And I'm like, I heard he got jerked for his whatever. Like, yeah, and you gonna tell the kids, oh yeah, be dumb like me.
Well, I mean, the thing is
Yeah, he
as
said
far as
math is what they need, but math is what they need. But America is not great at disseminating math now. Like they got this new math stuff, and I'm like, ah. Anyway,
in the future that we're headed towards, they're working very hard to make sure that people aren't educated, that people aren't intelligent, that people do not know how to do stuff. Like whether people realize it or not, they are slowly walking our society back to slavery.
we're already at the movie Idiocracy. Let me say that we're already at Idiocracy for real. Y'all remember that movie? There was a movie
I
where
remember it. It's been so long since I've seen it. It was one of the Wilson brothers that was in that, right? Was it
yeah,
Luke
yeah, yeah. It
Wilson?
was it was. Oh, I think it was Luke or Owen. I think it was Owen. I think it was Owen.
Okay.
And Mike Judge. Shout out to Mike Judge, the creator of Beavis and Butthead. He's the one that put that out, and he put it out. There was some controversy behind him putting it out though. But yeah, he was saying a whole bunch of stuff, and he had did he have Terry Crews as the president because he was the smartest guy, and even Terry Crews was dumb in the film. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all got to look at that movie Idiocracy because we are literally. I think we're in that right now. I, maybe I'm tripping. I think we're in Idiocracy.
I mean, it's gotten to the point where being intelligent feels uncomfortable these days. Because literally, no matter how intelligent you are, you speak to people and they look at you like something's wrong with you. And it's funny because the majority rules are just yeah, it's just very troubling. I remember once upon a time, if you ran around talking like someone like Cardi B or ran around acting weird or whatever the case may be, um, just all that stuff, you were looked at as a dredge of society, as a down thing for society. And now that's become the status quo. And it's funny because we just really don't seem to care anymore. But see, when you think about that, that makes it possible for where this conversation on your channel began today. Because the reason why a lot of catfish are making it is because a lot of people aren't intelligent enough to realize that there's just a bunch of frauds online, that they're
Right.
dealing with frauds, that they're thinking, it's just, yeah, it's a lot. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I digress.
No, 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 no. You. intelligence is looking real weak in today's society when you got a bunch of dummies. You got a bunch of people. They were going in on the young brothers wearing quarter zips. Did you see that?
No.
When I first saw it, because I think T Pain was on Twitter, and he's talking about something. They were talking. It was trending about quarter zips. I'm like, what are they talking about? Selling weed? Quarter zips? Like I didn't know what the hell a quarter zip was. And they were like, oh, the little like they're like blazers or something, sweaters, and they got
Yeah.
the zipper that come down to here. So there's a
Yeah.
trend of brothers. There's a trend that's been going around for a minute. Some young brothers, they're just rocking their quarter zips because they're like, all these YNs, and they're trying to be the opposite of that. Everything spans. Okay, hold on. 8:05. I can't read it, but anyway, said who is she talking to like that? She's talking to me. Yeah. So the quarter
Who
zip
is
situation,
she?
though, I don't know. You already know they go if he start getting stupid, you already know what's gonna happen. Um, yeah, I appreciate them. I appreciate number one, Cat, Auntie Leah, all of my. I appreciate you. Y'all already
Yam
know.
J
Y'all
in
know
the
what's up.
building.
Yam J as well. Appreciate you. Um, Look, the quarter zip situation with them, they were just trying to distance themselves from like the YNs, and you had some sisters. They were kind of mad at it. And I did hear like they said it was like some kind of anti-black um, thing, but I don't know about all that. I think anything that some young brothers is trying to do, and they're talking about something positive, like wearing suits, wearing quarter zips, whatever, just to present yourself. Like back in the day, how I'm dressed right now, you be dressed like this every day. Like you would have a suit on every day. Back when uh, the black man and the black woman in this country were respected. Let's just say it like that. I'm talking about even past Jim Crow and into the civil rights era. Like I mean, of course, you be wearing a tie or some damn suspenders. Not not no tie. My neck's so thick I can't wear a tie.
Stop
But
that.
anyway, yeah, I'm bullshitting. I got plenty of time. But yeah, this is how we used to dress. You dress respectable.
This is wild. Like there's a
You
comment
heard
that
about the kids.
I'm trying to remove
You
this
graduate high
comment.
school, you move away. Wait, what happened?
Please, no, well, just please misspell Echo, please misspell your curse words. I don't know why it's not allowing me to remove it, but
Oh, what happened?
no,
Let me
catch it
not
in
listen.
there
This I hate this bull crap when people come in here and try
to change the
to disrupt
conversation.
the conversation. We're not having that, y'all. Appreciate your cat, the cat at form, out form. Y'all look. Anyway, the funny thing is with the YNs versus the quarter zips. I saw some vatos. They did a. You ever seen them? Wait, hold on. You ever see them skits where someone's coming down the escalator and it's filming them coming down the escalator, and then you see them coming up the escalator, and it's like like it was like girl dads coming down the escalator, and the girl dads got the makeup on, and they're all looking all sad, and then you got the boy dads going up, and they're got wrestling gear, and it was like that, right? So you saw I saw one the other day and yesterday, some vatos, some straight essays coming down the escalator, mad dogging a bunch of other people coming up the escalator, and when they flipped it, the people coming up, it was some essays, some Latino cats wearing quarter zips. It's like was like we can't have nothing.
You want to know what I find interesting? That people are still using like weird stuff like the clothes you wear or whether you wear glasses or stuff like that as a way to persecute people or ostracize
No,
people or
that's gonna always like think about it. You cannot be, even if you're homeless, right? If you go into an establishment just with like even I'll have to say it, like you go into like Sprouts or something, or one of these stores, right? And somebody kind of look like they may be funky or something, you're gonna get away from them. You're gonna be like, oh, not like that, not being discriminatory like that. I'm just saying, downtown LA, Whole Foods, you rarely see the homeless in there because number one, the security party gonna rough them up and make sure that they don't come in there like that. You get what I'm saying?
And
That's
number
that's an
two, they
unfortunate thing.
already know that if they go in there, people are going to instantly accuse them of stealing.
So people are automatically gonna be judgmental off site. That's just what it is. I hate to say it like that. That's just what it is. That is just what it is.
I guess. I mean,
Pe-
I do my best to try not to be judgmental like that in that kind of way. I try to remember that everybody's capable. It's so funny. There have been so many different instances where somebody accused someone of being something, but the person that you're not paying attention to is the biggest thief around or the biggest
There
liar
you go.
around.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well,
So it's like,
people put on they put on their little mask and they get their act on and they try to front like they but when you pull the like on Scooby Doo, unmask this fool.
it's just wild to me because that's once again that goes back to what you were saying to bring it full circle. Um that fake TDE account, that's his mask.
Exactly.
But it becomes
He.
an issue when you use that mask to spread racist propaganda, things of
Hmm.
that nature and stuff like that. It's so
Because
funny because
they said he was running around on Twitter talking about this, some on N word this and that, like he black. But go ahead.
no, but that's the thing. He knew that he couldn't talk that way as himself. So he decided to become a part of a company that he has nothing to do with. So it would
Hmm.
be acceptable for him to do it. And it's when you got stuff like that going on that lets you know there's nothing apologetic here. You know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly how it would be received. You know exactly what people would say if they really knew who you were and what you are. Like, it's so wild. Like, there's so many accounts, especially here on YouTube, that run around talking crazy about me, saying all kinds of nasty things about me. And people don't even realize a lot of them are white and they're spitting very racist, very nasty things. A lot of them are white.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's insane. And then on top of that, being hosted by black content creators who are encouraging the racist behavior on their panels, in their stuff, but because they have that avatar mask on and because they know how to type in words that certain groups use, instantly it's just, oh yeah, this person is such and such, this person is such and such. Or when you look at all of the people that run around clapping all talking all kinds of crazy, half of them are handicapped, poor, downtrodden. Like seriously, most of these people with these avatars is doing all of this crazy racial talk, all of this crazy you know just being either bigoted or being discriminatory in any way. If you knew who these people were in real life, I promise you, you would laugh. You would not be offended. You would laugh. You'd be like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah, man. I mean, shit. It's already like uh, you just got to deal with the day to day with people in real life making a certain subset of people look bad. You get what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
then you're online and you got like I did a short the other day about yesterday about Sukiyana. I
What
said
about
so.
Sukiyana?
Okay, so check this out. I'm doing a little deeper dive into this whole Lemmy and Zeus network situation.
Mm.
So I just happened to see. I didn't know so I know about I know about Natalie Nunn. I ain't even gonna go there. but I know about Natalie Nunn. I done heard some like y'all, yeah, the original. Y'all heard about the porta potty, the Dubai porta. Never mind. Anyway, but I done heard some stuff. The traffic stuff. Like I ain't gonna go there, but I know that she's in partner with Zeus and all them or whatever, etc. And there was some stuff that came out. But before I even go there, she brought the franchise baddies to them, and it just blew up, right? And
You
I
want to
said,
know what's
I've
funny?
never.
Speaking of, I'll wait. Go ahead.
No, I was just basically gonna say, I never said let me watch this debauchery. I would much rather watch a Tyler Perry film versus watch anything that ever Zeus produced. But I just happened to watch like maybe like the first 30 minutes of that new Baddies USA that just came out. I'm not promoting it. And I said, number one, this is some garbage. It's produced like it's trash. And you had these women sitting there fighting. It ain't all black. These ain't all black women. Had these women there fight like literally fighting like dude. I said, this is you.
Ask me
They
how
were sitting
many
there fighting
episodes.
like dudes.
Ask me how many episodes of Baddies I've watched.
They probably watched none. This is my first
None.
one even watching 30 minutes.
None. None.
Yeah,
I have
and then
literally,
you've
and not Natalie.
got all your
None.
you not wasted your brain cells because
You want to
I
know? You
lost.
want to know the only thing that I even bothered to even try to watch
Was
in
that?
Zeus, and that was crazy because I refused. It took me a lot to find somebody that had jacked it and put it somewhere because I refused to subscribe. Like refused to subscribe. Um, but the cabaret, the Jocelyn's cabaret
Oh,
thing.
that came up too. Guess what? I'm not
And
watching because it said it was X-rated.
wait a
It said
second.
it literally said no. It's look. You know how you got you can see. They're like, oh no, this is X-rated. I was like, I'm cool. So I guess it's some nudity because it was nudity, kind of like waiting the baddie stuff.
Well, this is the thing. That's why it's on their own private app. That's why it's on their own thing so they can do
It's
whatever they
soft
want to do.
corn. It's soft core corn, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is. It's totally demonic. And listen to me, Kat, whether or not you know it or not, Natalie Nunn was from the Bad Girls Club
Yeah.
franchise. They
I think she
literally,
even brought
they
some of the
literally
bad girls there.
stole, no, they
Yeah.
stole that concept from the network and they
Yeah.
just called it Baddies. It's
Yeah.
like if you ever saw the original Coming to America, it's like the difference between McDonald's and
McDonald's and
McDowell's.
McDowell's. Yep.
So basically that's what the Baddies is. It's just the more ratchet version of Bad
Mm-hmm.
Girls Club. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they got
Mm-hmm.
buns, but with no sesame seeds on it. They don't
Right.
do the special sauce. They do the lettuce, they do the cheese, they do the meat patty, but they don't do the
They got the
fried onions.
Big Mac. We got the Big Mick.
Yeah, you know,
Right.
so
Yeah.
it's like that's I mean, they literally just went and got former cast members from the Bad Girls Clubs and just brought them over to Zeus and just called it Baddies. So, and that's what I was going to say. That's how you know that that whole thing, it's really kind of pathetic. But what's really wild is so the only reason that I even bothered to try to engage in any Zeus content at all was to support Lunel because they had brought
Oh.
Lunel
Okay.
to host the reunion show for Jocelyn's Cabaret. And
Okay.
that was when I realized exactly how demonic and like how off the rails that entire Zeus situation was. Lunel was, she told the truth. She kept it a buck. about what she saw and what she experienced. And she spoke
Mm.
very clearly on the fact that it wasn't nothing but some pimpo situation. She called Jocelyn out for bringing, prosty culture into whatever it was. She was like, "Yo, that's exactly what this is." And I think she might have mentioned to the fact that she thought that Jocelyn's old dude was actually her PIMP, and
Maybe
how
maybe I'll do. No, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe I'll do a members only because I know so much, but I don't be y'all. Let me tell you something. I'll be knowing a lot. I just don't say nothing. But I think I'll share it with the members, and I'm sure we could go a little deeper, but not as deep because you still got spies over there in the membership. But I think I'll do a membership because I know so much about Natalie herself that it's just like, come on, y'all. Like you said, I think a lot of people are sleeping on the fact that a lot of that goes on. But I digress. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm just saying, but the second that Lunel spoke up about it, and she brought light to what she experienced, and she wasn't trying to rat nobody out. She wasn't trying to, she was just speaking very clearly, like, "Hey, I went to this shit, it was ghetto as hell. The girls, they are all professional. They look like
Yeah,
professionals to me. They look
yeah,
like
yeah.
professional prostitutes to me. I literally saw dudes who I know are PIMPs, whoopty whoopty woo, for about 2.5, almost 3 weeks straight. All of the Zeus Network trolls descended upon Lunel's Instagram. They descended upon all of her social media. They were threatening to do stuff to her. Even Jocelyn came out talking slick out of her mouth towards Lunel.
Mm,
Like, it was
mm.
like Lunel, like, I'll never forget her niece. She had gotten on social media and she was like, y'all gonna stop doing this when it come to my aunt. Y'all gonna stop playing because we'll bang over her and whoopty. Like, they were threatening her, all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, and then even Lemmy, like the way he was approaching it online, like he was, just being hella disrespectful to Lunel. And they were playing with her money too, with the money
Of
they were supposed
course,
to pay her. And
of
I'm just
course.
like, this dude has, this is the reputation that he has.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, he just
From
runs around robbing everybody. And it was
yeah.
funny because that was also around the same time that they were coming after Wendy Williams, and Wendy Williams had just was forced to step away from the show before
Hmm.
they killed the name and gave the time slot to Sherry. Lunel was
Hmm.
also like this. Ooh, yeah, that was an interesting time.
We
Mm.
what we're gonna do? I'm gonna do a members only. We'll do a deeper dive because I think like you said, and I'm gonna go talk to some of my partners who be knowing and get a little bit more intel. But yeah, Jack, you ain't lying, and Lunel was not lying. And then of course, the situation with Lemmy. I'm gonna say it like this. Um, just look at his business dealings, the situation with D Storm and King Botch or whatever his name is, and the original partners of the situation. Like you can tell what the fruit of the tree is, but you can tell what a tree is by the bear of its fruit, right? So yeah. Anyway, anyway. Oh man, I think this is the most I've gotten in a minute. So let's see what the numbers do. I appreciate everybody for coming on. Hold on, the snow bunnies. No offense, all the snow bunnies. Yeah, look, we might. Okay, I'll do a members only, and then maybe we could watch a little bit of it from what I saw. But I don't really even want to like promote their stuff like that simply because it's worse than like Tyler Perry. There's nothing compared to like I can't even put like I don't know, but I'm gonna definitely do a deeper dive, and I'm gonna do it on members. We'll do a members only, and we'll talk about it because yeah, I know some stuff. I'm just yeah, yeah.
This is the thing.
And
When it
don't
gets to
don't
the
don't think
point,
I don't know.
no, but when it gets to the point where professional prosty behavior is being marketed as television.
You know what they're trying to do.
And the simple fact that, you know, like when I think about Jerry Springer and when we were young, and Jerry Springer, and it all started off so innocently, but the simple fact that it became like the WWE of talk shows, and
Yeah,
that was all encouraged. Like, what's funny was is when it got to the point where they were staging fights on the show.
yeah, yeah,
And then, it became known for staging fights, but every now and then, because whether or not people know it, God rest his soul, Jerry Springer paid out his fair share of lawsuits from people that
yeah,
that actually got hurt
yeah.
very, very badly on that show. Hence bringing Steve on to the show and
Mhm,
adding that
mhm,
layer of it and so on and
mhm,
so forth. But there were some
mhm.
people that were severely, severely hurt on that show. Just allowing people to ambush people and stuff like that. That culture, when I think back to it, I used to watch Jerry Springer. We all used to watch it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We would all get caught up into it. And we all got caught up in the ooh, oh, he gonna knock him out and he gonna do this and he gonna do that. I don't think we really paid attention to what was actually going on. Like,
Desensitization.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
And now all of these shows, that's like the core of what most of these shows are about. It's
right.
either who's screwing who, or who's
Hmm.
hurting who, or who's robbing who, or who's humiliating who. There is nothing good about any of this stuff. And guys, can we get 50 more likes? That would be really appreciated. But when
Y'all
I
hit the
think
like
about
button.
it, when they first started approaching us about coming to do content on Zeus, it was very interesting. It was very interesting because
Well, maybe look. We'll say that conversation of what they wanted from you because I know you gave a little bit about it, but maybe we could say that for the members because look, I was curious to know what is it that they would have wanted from you, and I already knew what they would have tried to get out of you, and it wouldn't have been good. It wouldn't have been good. Good for them, but not good for you.
well, the thing was, they wanted me to come over there so that they could find a way to do humiliation rituals on me.
Yeah.
That I know.
Thank you, Alina.
That I know. But not only that, it would have been to set me up. It would have been to
Yeah,
set me up to put me in a bad situation, to make me look crazy, to make me look dangerous, to make me look and to just keep me at that subpar level. And it's so funny because I'm still trying to figure out what makes anybody think that that's what would have happened. I mean,
they,
they did it to Krishan, but the thing is
yeah,
I don't think y'all understand. They didn't have to work to make that happen for her.
yeah. It was already like
She
kind
was
of laid
she
out.
was she
Like
was
she was already a hot
already
mess.
there.
She was already a hot mess.
She was
Yeah,
already there and she still is.
yeah,
And you got to realize these people sat there and they watched millions of people subscribe to see this girl destroy her life and destroy that baby.
yeah, yeah.
And it's just like it's all so sad. It's just
And, and Krishan's on that new Baddies 5 USA or whatever, and it's just sad.
yeah.
She like I feel I'm never like I don't watch her, I don't follow her, but I saw her and I was just like, yeah, that's a broken soul. You can look at her and be like, yeah, she's broken. Like she needs healing.
You want to
She
know
don't
what's
need
wild?
another show.
She spent all of that time sitting down with Jamal Bryant, and they sat there and they perpetrated that whole fraud of her giving her life over to Christ, and how the church was going to get behind her. And they had her up there in that church singing something about some Yahweh, and She could like you can barely understand half of the stuff that comes out of this child's mouth. She's running around with a missing tooth.
And she's like a mush mouth. Is that really how she sound, or that's just over the time? Because I'm thinking,
Oh, that's
does
really
she have
how
like
she,
some cognizant stuff? Not to talk shit about it, I'm just saying, like I said, ooh, oh
I,
man,
it's worse than it's worse than she needs to sit down. It's worse than that. It's worse than that. Yeah. I would say I can't even say she needs to sit down. I think what she needs is someone that actually cares about her. She has become a meal ticket. Like she has become a meal ticket for this network. Like Zeus Network has they got so much DNA on their hands. They got so much liquid DNA on their hands, like for real. That's what I'm calling the BLOOD. I'm calling it liquid DNA, just so you know. It's yeah, it's sad. It's just sad. And it's funny because there are people that glorify this social app, and it's wild. It's just wild. Like these people literally sign up so that they can sit there and do harm to each other, give each other lightweight brain damage, and you know get paid a fraction of the amount of money that's being collected, watching them
yeah,
just destroy themselves.
yeah, yeah, man. We could do better. Y'all hit the like button because we can do better with some likes. I'm about to get out of here.
You
I
know
gotta
what's
head to
tripping
my
though?
next appointment.
I'm gonna tell you what trips me out. What really trips me out? People sit around and they talk about how they don't like the other side of the game, calling us animals, talking about us, defaming us, saying we're this, saying we're that. And these people, they're disparaging black people, they're disparaging people of color, and whoop de whoop de woo. And I'm just sitting there like, but millions of people subscribe to Zeus Network. You can't call them wrong when shit like that exists
Right, right.
because y'all are watching it. Like drill rap and all of this other stuff. You can't say they're wrong when this is what you people are glorifying. This is what you people are monetizing. Like this is what's going on. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm just
Well,
dumb.
nah, you just want better for us. Um, I got to get on into this other appointment, and I need to talk
Going
to
in
these
there.
attorneys. You know what it is. Are you going? You ain't going live. What's going on? You ain't been doing a live or nothing. Like people, people are
I
expecting
know.
that. You know.
I know. And the truth is, there have been some things that I've been looking at. There have been some things that I've been just, soul searching about because there's some stuff that's really bothering me about what's going on in pop culture. And I'm trying my best not to get online and be too emotional. Like I'm really just trying to keep it at the information. But a lot of humiliation rituals going on these days, sweetheart. A lot.
Oh, I
So,
know. I'm about to get my own little humiliation ritual going on in 2 weeks. Y'all
oh,
be if y'all the members, y'all know what it is. Be ready. I'm about to have some humiliation going on then because when you get sick and tired of just being sick and tired, you just come on, what you do. But there are humiliation rituals going on, and it's going to be a lot more. But maybe we could talk about that more in depth in the future, like because I'm starting to see some stuff too, and I'm just like, hmm, hmm. I mean, we for real though, we got to do like a live, like we said, and just there's a lot of stuff that we got to cover, like dead ass. There's a lot of stuff,
I am.
but
You want
go
to know
ahead and
what
do what
though?
you do.
I'm sick and tired of people calling me crazy. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of people calling me crazy. I'm tired of people sitting here pretending like everything that I said don't happen. I'm sick and tired of people pretending like they just really don't see all of the liars lying to create these weird ass narratives. And then meanwhile, boom, next thing you know, something else happens, and then everybody just sits there and watches and pretending. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. But we're gonna get to the bottom of some things.
Yeah, we are. We are. I ain't gonna front though. I am excited. Netflix is doing something next week about that 50 Cent thing. I'm gonna look more into it. If it's trash, and if Derek's in it, I'm gonna check it out. But it might be trash. It says it's gonna be a 4-part series.
I'm gonna tell you
I don't
what.
know.
If Derek's not in it, I'm gonna have a lot more questions about a lot of things.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to know what I find funny? It wasn't on the schedule, and there was no announcements made about this. Nobody was saying anything, and then the second that they started calling out the whole project
Then
and calling
it
out
comes
Derek,
out.
next
Yep,
thing you know, that
yep,
like what is up with
yep.
that? Why is
And
that?
well, yeah, yeah. That's real. That's real. For real.
There was no
You
mentions.
were calling it out. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, almost a month ago, right? Not a month yet, but yeah, close enough.
Yeah, a few weeks back, I made it
Yeah.
very clear. When is this coming out? I find it interesting that Derek is in it. Why ain't nobody say nothing? And then all of a sudden, now it's coming out.
Well, it'll be. I think it'll be right on time where we possibly can start communicating back with them. But we'll talk. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff we got to line up and talk about and let the people know. Um, but yeah, yeah. I just wanted to throw that out there because I found that interesting. I said, okay, let me do my research on that. And you know, anyway, um, y'all check for me tomorrow. I'll be out. I'm gonna be doing my fizzle tomorrow. I'm gonna do something tomorrow, or Jag does something. Because regardless of what, you're gonna see us maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna probably come on and do something real quick. But I'm gonna just let Jag do what she do.
I'm gonna go live. I'm just there's a lot. There's a lot. There's just a lot, and y'all know how I am. And I'm really, really, really not trying to be everybody's source for their breaking news. Sometimes you gotta let things breathe.
Yeah,
But
exactly. And sometimes silence. Sometimes it's just come on, you just gotta be silent. This is what it is.
y'all gonna see me this
Sometimes.
week though. That's a promise.
Let me get going. Set in the west.
Peace.
I'm out.